Peruvian lomo saltado. So I love Peruvian food because I'm Peruvian, and what better way to show it off than to cook some special dishes. A lot of you guys have been asking for me to do a Peruvian video, so I decided to make a lomo saltado, which is a Peruvian stir-fry dish, typically made with red onions, tomatoes, French fries. You can throw beef, chicken, or seafood in there. And then you have a side of rice with it. It's very good and very easy to make. So I'll show you how I did it. So today I'm actually making both kinds, seafood and beef. I used beef strips and a bag of mixed seafood that I had. I used some ají panca, which is a black chili pepper paste, ají amarillo, which is a yellow chili pepper, some sazonado, which is a Peruvian seasoning, some cumin, paprika, salt, pepper. I threw all those together and I let my seafood marinate and my beef marinate overnight. An hour before I'm cooking it, I added some beer and some red wine vinegar to it. A little Worcestershire in there and some soy sauce. This is some good home cooking right here. Here I got red onions and tomatoes marinating. And I made my French fries. Typically what you want to do is cut your potatoes up, soak them in cold water, and then dry them with a paper towel so they get nice and crispy in the oven. I threw all my seasonings on those too. They taste delicious. I made some rice over here. White rice with the little veggies in it. Just some onions, garlic, saute that up with some salt, the rice, water, let it boil, and add your frozen vegetables. And let it cook for 20 minutes with the top on. Easy home cooking. So in my pan here, I started out my red onions and tomatoes. I'm making a seafood lomo saltado de mariscos. And typically what you want to do is sear the vegetables first and then add your seafood into it because it cooks quicker and you want the seafood to stay nice and tender. For the beef, you would cook the beef first, set it aside, add the red onions and the tomatoes to the pan, fry those up, and add the beef back in. The potatoes go in last. You toss all that together, throw on a garnish, and you add your white rice. Easy home cooking. So I just added these veggies to my pan. And you want to spread them out in the pan so they get a nice caramelization. Like so. Let them brown on one side and then flip them over. Then what you're going to do is add your seafood. Just before it's finishing to cook. I got scallops in here, mussels, shrimp, calamari. $17.99 for a big bag. And I like to use some of the shrimp shells, make a stock out of it. You can freeze it just in case you get sick or use it for cooking. That's how you use what you got in your kitchen. And you don't even have to go out and spend all this money. Just what I had at home. Home cooking, a potato, some red onions, some tomatoes, cut that up, and just whatever I wanted to throw in on it. So now I'm going to toss this, bring the heat down, let that seafood cook. Woo, we got to get away. And that's just going to steam, and it's going to be so delicious when it's done. So let's get our plate ready. See how easy this was, folks? And you didn't really have to put in any work. I marinated my stuff overnight, and then I came home from a long day of work, and now I'm just frying it up. And look, a gourmet meal. Look at all that food. You can feed the family, have leftovers, have lunch the next day. Just gotta be creative with what you have. Alright, so I threw some rice on there. And just as the seafood starts to turn color, that's that's when you want it to be done, because it's going to continue to cook from the heat. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? Wait till I throw the potatoes in there with the cilantro. Some good home cooking. This is how I eat on a budget. Can you believe that? Like a queen. All right. So now we're going to throw in some potatoes. You could do chicken in this. Tofu. Tofu would be really good. Beans. Nice. Some cilantro. I can see that steam coming and the shrimp changing color, so I'm going to turn off the heat. Toss this one more time. And let all those juices mold together. Oh man, you guys have to check this out. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? All that nice hunky seafood, potatoes. I just want to eat it out of this. Okay, let's plate it. I bet you guys can't wait for me to try it, right? Because I can't wait. Bring my plate over here. Those hunks of tomatoes, those red onions, I can smell all those seasonings. Look at those mussels in that shrimp. Still nice and tender. Let's get a little juice on that rice. Look at that. That looks delicious, doesn't it? Here's my favorite part. Let's get a calamari. I can't talk. This is so delicious. All those seasonings really came together. You get a lot of the seafood taste. It's so fresh and tender. Those potatoes have that crispiness on the outside, but they're so tender on the inside. I got all that juice on my rice. This is some good home cooking right here. You guys have to try making this at home. Try it with the steak. I'll post pictures so you can see. Happy home cooking, guys!